Tại sao vì sao bị điên à?
Để cho đất nước yên vui từ đó.
Ok, chúng ta bắt đầu. Chào chị đã đến với podcast Say Tiếng Việt. Chị có thể giới thiệu về chị được không?
Chị tên là Becky, mình sống ở Hà Nội.
Chị thích Hà Nội không?
Chị thích rất nhiều.
Em cũng rất thích Hà Nội.
Chị rất thích Hà Nội, so much. Love Hà Nội. Yeah.
Chị thích ăn gì ở Hà Nội?
Chị rất thích phở gà, bún chả, bánh cuốn.
Bánh cuốn rất ngon.
Rất ngon.
Chị thích uống cà phê đúng không? Hôm nay em thấy chị uống cà phê.
Chị thích cà phê Việt Nam rất nhiều. Chị rất thích cà phê trứng.
Chị uống cà phê trứng ở đâu? Ở đâu ở Hà Nội?
Cà phê rán.
Đúng rồi, rất nổi tiếng. Đây chị uống cà phê gì đây?
Cái này là cà phê muối.
Cà phê muối. Cà phê Việt Nam mà rất là ngon.
Cà phê Việt Nam ngon quá.
Hôm nay sẽ có một trò chơi, một game cho chị.
Ok.
Tiếng Việt là nói xoắn lưỡi, còn tiếng Anh là tongue twister.
Ok, chị tôi.
Cái đầu tiên, những cái này rất là phổ biến trong tiếng Việt. Đây là cái số 1. Chị thử nào.
Ok. Bá, béo, bánh, báo, bẩn, bò, biến.
Hỏi mọi người là bao nhiêu điểm? Đúng rồi, chị đọc nhanh hơn nào.
Ok. Bá, béo, bánh, béo, bẩn, bò, biến.
Rất rõ ạ. Em hiểu.
Ok.
Bây giờ đến cái số 2. Cái số 2 là rất nhiều người Việt Nam rất là thích cái câu này. Câu số 2 nào, chị thử câu số 2 nào.
Nồi, đồn. Ok. Nồi đóng, nồi ốc, nồi đá, nồi ép. No. What is the meaning?
It means with the bronze pot, we will cook snail.
That's what I thought.
And with the clay pot, we will cook
frog?
frog.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, this is strange.
No. Và bây giờ có một cái cuối cùng, the last one.
Okay.
Đây, cái này dễ này.
Okay. Một ống, xào xang, 2 ống, xăng xáo, 3 ống, xào sang, 4 ống, xăng xào.
Đúng rồi. It's a line in a song. Yeah, famous for children.
Wow.
Một ông sao xanh, 2 ông xanh sao, 3 ông sao xanh, xanh chiếu muôn ánh vàng, 4 ông xanh sao, kìa 5 ông sao xanh, kìa 6 ông xanh sao, trên trời cao.
Also have the children to count. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure you have got the experience to learn Vietnamese in Vietnam, to talk with the local people here. Can you please tell more about your experience learning Vietnamese here, and did you encounter any moments that is funny or interesting here when learning Vietnamese?
Yeah, so many interesting things. I have many interesting encounters, especially like when I'm just talking with people like at the market or trying to order food, because I can just pronounce a word a little bit wrong and get the wrong food. A funny time is when I was trying to order bun ka, fish bun, and I said it wrong, and they bring me chicken bun, and I was like, oh, it's a new dish I think just created. And they even asked me again, like, are you sure you want that? I was like, yes. When they bring it, I'm like, oh, okay. It's not what I want, but I just eat it anyway, like,
It's a new food experience, right? Gà and cá, very similar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So close to an English speaker.
Yeah.
Just the tone, really different. And there's many more examples like that as well. Like when I was very first here and I was trying to get coffee, I'd be like, or trying to order like, cà phê sữa or something, cà phê sữa đá. But then sometimes I think they thought I was saying soda, like if I was saying sữa đá, but I was saying like,
soda.
I was not pronouncing it properly. So I'd be saying like, cafe soda. And they're like, huh? What is that? I'm like, it's, coffee with milk. And they're like, no, cafe soda is not a thing. The word soda, but I was just pronouncing wrong.
That's
really
part
funny.
of, experiencing a new culture.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in the US, people told me like, it's on me. Like when they want to pay for me, right? They say it's on me. And normally if we learned it here, when we want to pay for somebody, we just say, I will pay.
Yeah.
The first time I heard the word, it's on me, I say, on what? Like, what does that mean?
I have another, this is more about English rather than Vietnamese, but like in English, well, from England, where I'm from anyway, we often will say like, oh, do you want this? It's like, no, it's okay. It's okay means we don't want it, It's like, no. Do you want this? It's okay. That means like no, basically. Just polite way of saying no. But sometimes if I'm speaking to a non-native speaker, they're like, so do you want it or not? I'm like, no. It's okay.
But to be fair, in another context, when I say it is okay, you say it's okay, right?
Of course. And then it made me realize like, oh, why do we say that? If we mean to say no, we should just say no. Because, but if I think it's more British English situation, because when I speak with Americans, they don't really say that. I think it's from my country. We always say, like, no, it's okay. That means no, Like, do you want this? It's okay. But
so that means that you don't want it.
Yeah. It makes me don't want it. But of course it's very confusing. That could easily mean yes.
In Vietnamese we also have a fun example is that when we say like, for example, em không thích cà phê, right? When somebody asks me like, em không thích cà phê à? So when I say no, I have to say yes to that question. If they ask me, like, don't you like coffee, right? I will say vâng. And vâng means yes to the no. It means that yes, I don't like it.
I don't like it. Yeah.
But sometimes when I think like that in English and they say, you don't like coffee? And I say, yes, I don't like coffee. But I think you would say, no, I don't like coffee, right?
Yeah, we would, if someone asked me, you don't like coffee, right? Yeah, maybe I'd say yes. Yeah, I don't like it. Maybe, or maybe I'd say no, I don't like it. Either, you could say either.
But, I see.
You'd have to.
But you just do not just say yes or no. You have to add more, right?
You'd have to add more.
I don't like
if you said
coffee.
yes or no, the answer wouldn't be completely clear.
Yeah. Very complicated when it comes to learning a new language. Yeah. So, we're very lucky to have you on our podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
And got a lot of videos with a million views.
So many videos. Not with a million views, but I make videos for many years.
Yeah.
So I have a lot now.
And most of the topics are about Vietnamese culture and very interesting discovery.
Yeah.
For example, one video you talk about the bumpy road on Tây Sơn Street. When
that crazy road.
遗忘都遗忘，去年的烦恼和姑娘。魔幻魔幻都魔幻，今年的姑娘。
Vietnamese people really, pay attention to it. And now whenever I go through that road, now I say, oh my God, now I remember.
That road is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Please share a little bit about how did you start the journey of making YouTube videos about Vietnamese culture?
It kind of happened by accident a little bit because I was here during the beginning of COVID times. So there wasn't really much to do. I wasn't working. I'm a school teacher by my profession, but that time not working. We don't even have online class yet when I was first in Vietnam. So didn't really know. I was just bored. And I think like a lot of people just like downloaded TikTok then. And I downloaded it and I just was like, oh, I'm going to make some videos. And I wasn't thinking like, I'm going to make my videos all about Vietnam. I just made videos for fun. And one thing I noticed is that when I did make videos about my experience of living in Vietnam, it had such a positive reaction. And I think at that time, there was not that many foreigners in Vietnam because of the pandemic. So I got quite lucky because some video went like a bit viral, like by accident, and I was like, wow, so amazing. And then, yeah, just ever since then, I just keep making videos. It's like my part-time job, I guess, and I just really enjoy it. And the reaction from Vietnamese people is so lovely, always, pretty much. And even like outside, when I see people in real life, they're so nice and friendly, and yeah, it's really, really lovely. And even foreigners, sometimes they say like, oh yeah, I saw your videos, and that's why I decided to go there to eat lunch or something. And I'm like, wow, I thought only Vietnamese people watch my videos. So it's amazing to know it's.
Pretty little baby, you say that maybe you'll be
I'm sure Vietnamese people recognize you on the streets, right? Like, oh, chị Becky of Vietnam.
Yeah. It does happen sometimes, but most of the time, not too much. It's funny, most of all, when I'm at school, because I'm a teacher, and sometimes my students, they don't know about that. But then sometimes they will find out. They're like, oh, I saw your video on TikTok. You are a TikToker? And I'm like, yeah. Like, you didn't know about that? I'm like, well, and they're like, that's so crazy. But yeah, sometimes people do recognize me. I think often people might see me and think, oh, is that Becky? And then they maybe message me later and say, I think I saw you today.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's me. I was at the market. That's me.
So did you remember the very first video you made?
I don't know. I don't know if I do.
During COVID time, maybe.
I think probably one of the first videos I made, maybe the first, was a video about like the lockdown time in Vietnam and how we just gone into the lockdown in Hanoi because of someone brought COVID to Chuk Bac. Do you remember this?
Yeah. That's
So,
the first case in
such
Hanoi.
a memory, right? And
Yeah.
I think one of my videos was just something like, oh my gosh, we're having a lockdown in Hanoi. Just something really simple like that. Nothing,
Yeah.
maybe it wasn't even that though.
Yeah.
It's a long time. Like
Such
6
a
years.
long time since COVID.
Vườn hồng hoài xưa
Have a nula hat on my ankle, and on the back of my neck I have so I used to live in Halong City, and I really love living there. And before I left there, I got a tattoo that has the mountains and the sea. It's for Halong, thank for Halong. And I maybe would get some more tattoos for Vietnam as well. Maybe the lotus flower.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Non La is also a very beautiful image of
is.
Vietnamese culture. And I also saw you wear áo dài in a lot of videos.
I have 3 áo dài now, and I love to wear them.
em khang chiến nếu con còn chưa về mẹ ơi vui lên mẹ còn
chúc mừng Quốc khánh Việt Nam.
Please share more about the word home as being in Vietnam for you.
I feel like I have two homes. That is the truth. I feel I have my home. Obviously, my home is England. My hometown is Norwich. That is, of course, my home. But after being in Vietnam for so long, I feel like I have a home here in Vietnam. And not necessarily Hanoi, just Vietnam in general. Although I do love Hanoi. But yeah, I think after being here for like maybe around 2 years, I start to realize like, oh, I really like it here, and I think I will stay a lot longer than I plan to, and make it feel more like a home to me. And I think that's mostly down to the people, and it's quite easygoing here. Not some things are not easygoing, like the traffic, or like it's a bit loud. Hanoi is a bit loud, for example, but the mentality of people is easygoing, and people aren't so quick to feel angry or upset about things. And so I feel Vietnamese people is quite chill,
Yeah,
and
I agree.
it makes it easy as a foreigner to come here. And I think that's the reason why it's becoming so popular as a tourist destination as well, because I think really people are starting to see that now. It's like so chill.
So friendly.
Yeah.
That very typical sound. Oh yeah,
It is.
In
yeah.
one of your video, you also talk about you wake up in the morning, right? And you heard people like ta da ta da ta da, and it means you're in Vietnam.
yeah.
Ở Việt Nam. Ở Anh.
Yeah.
And when I first came to Vietnam as well, I used to think, before I knew any Vietnamese at all, I would always be like, why is everyone so angry and shouting? But it's like not shouting in anger, just shouting, just in general talking.
Yeah, it's very expressive
It's
language.
expressive, yeah.
And because of the tones, a lot of up and down, and the each word is very clear.
Yeah.
So sometimes, with some first interaction with Vietnamese language, some foreigners often say, "Oh, why are you arguing with each other?" But that's how we talk, you know.
Yeah. I remember when I used to work in again, I was in a school, but I was working in an office with many Vietnamese co-workers, and they are talking a lot, and I'm like, wow, they're always arguing all the time. And another co-worker said, they're not arguing, they are just having a normal, friendly conversation. I was like, oh, it really sound like that. They're like, no, they are happy. I was like, oh yeah.
And I think the word ơi, like chị ơi, Becky ơi, right? That one, some of my foreign students, they said that it was rude if you say like oi.
In English. In the UK it can be a little bit rude. Yeah. Or you say it like we're friends, like in a jokey way, like, oi, come here or something. But it's just a different thing. But at first, I was also like, wow, that's like a little bit rude. But then I soon realized it's not rude at all. It's friendly. It's actually friendly to say that.
It can be an endearing word. You call someone, right? Like mẹ ơi, like
Yeah,
chị
absolutely.
ơi.
It's
Anh
more
ơi.
polite to say oi than not say it.
Was that easy for you to adapt to the culture during some of your first months here in Vietnam?
There was a lot of cultural differences when I was first here that you notice when you first arrive. But it's also quite easy to adapt to them quickly, because I've noticed with Vietnamese people is, I think most Vietnamese people do know that, like, for foreigners, like, something might be a bit unusual or different. So people will always explain, like, oh, this is like this, and it's like, oh, okay. And people, that's what I mean when I say like Vietnamese people are really friendly and helpful, like, because, people are willing to like if you're in the supermarket, like, not really understanding something, someone, if they can communicate with you, will come and tell you, like, oh, this is where you have to weigh the fruit. I didn't know I was meant to weigh fruit in the supermarket, and I just kept going to the checkout at Vinmart with the fruit, and they're like, no, and I'm like, oh my god, how do I buy the fruit? And so people would help me and just be like, no, you have to go here, and I'm like, all right, okay.
There possibly will be a lot of foreigners who will watch the video, especially those who will come to Vietnam. Do you have any advice for them in order to adapt to the culture?
Yeah, I think just come here and see for yourself like how warm and welcoming Vietnam is, and keep open mind because there will occasionally be things that maybe are a bit like surprising when you're first here, but just keep an open mind and be friendly to people, and people will definitely be friendly back.
And also there will be a lot of Vietnamese people who love your videos or who will be watching this video as well. Do you have a message for them?
Oh, just, thank you, people that have like watched my videos and supported me for many years. I really appreciate it, and I just really like making content here, and I think it's nice to kind of bridge the gap between two cultures, because I'm from the UK, but I live in Vietnam for a long time, so I feel like I have like quite a unique perspective on things that is good for, I think, Vietnamese people to see, but also for foreigners to see who are maybe thinking of coming here as well. But yeah, I really have to, I cannot thank like my Vietnamese audience enough for the support over the past like 5 years or whatever, because it's been just 99.9% amazingly positive,
And also thank you for coming to our podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
Cảm ơn chị rất nhiều. Chúng ta cùng chia để say tiếng Việt nào.
Yes, drunk.
1, 2, 3, say.